Hey, welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Scans, where we break down radiology without the scary medical mumbo jumbo. I'm your host, Dr. Anthony Dakpala, your friendly neighborhood radiologist, and today we're talking about something that freaks people out the moment they hear it: contrast dye. Yep, the mysterious injection they say you need before your scan. So you walk into the room and someone casually says, "We'll give you a little contrast before we start." And suddenly your brain goes, "Hey, contrast what? Isn't that radioactive? Is it safe? What's it gonna do to me?" You are not alone. I've heard it all. So today we are clearing the air. I'm breaking it all down simply, clearly, and in a way that makes sense. By the time we're done, you know what contrast dye really is, why we use it, what's the facts and what's fiction, and why for most people it's nothing to fear. Let's dive in. So, what is contrast dye really? Alright, think of a contrast dye like a highlighter. When you're reading and you want something to pop off the page, you highlight it, right? Same thing with contrast. It highlights the important stuff in your body so we can see it clearly on a scan. Without it, everything kind of blends in, like watching a movie with low contrast settings. But with contrast, boom, we see what matters. Now, depending on the scan, the contrast might be injected into your vein, drunk like a not so delicious milkshake, or given from the other end. Yep, that happens. Not fun, but it's helpful for you. Different scans, different contrasts, all depending on what we need to see. So why do we use it? Simple. Because some things just don't show up clearly without it. Let's say you are looking for a tumor. Contrast helps it light up. A blood clot or a bleed, contrast shows us where the blood is, and it shows us maybe the vessel that's bleeding. Internal organ damage after an accident, contrast helps us know what's working and what's not. Contrast also gives us the extra layer of detail. It's not random, it's essential for getting accurate results. So, if your doctor asks for a contrast scan, they are basically saying, let's not guess, let's be sure of what we are seeing. Is it safe though? So let's talk safety, because that's the real reason most people get nervous. And the short answer is yes. For most people, contrast is very, very safe. Here is what you might feel when they give you a contrast injection. You may have a warm flash, almost like a quick heat wave through your body, or a weird metallic taste in your mouth, or sometimes a little pressure where the injection needle is, or where the injection went in. And these are common and totally normal, and they disappear quickly, just as they came. Now, allergic reactions, that can happen, just like any other medication, but they are very rare. And we are fully trained and ready to handle them if they do happen. And what about my kidneys? That's the big one, right? Here's the truth. Contrast is only risky in the kidneys if your kidneys are already having issues. That's why we might ask for a simple blood test before certain scans are done, just to be sure your kidneys are up to the task. If they are not, we adjust. Maybe we give you fluids, we change the scan, or skip the contrast altogether. The bottom line is we don't play guessing games with your health. We make safe, informed decisions every single time. Now let's bust the myths. Let's smash a few common myths that I've heard of. So the first one is contrast dye is dangerous. No. Modern contrast dyes are safe, well tested, and carefully used. We screen you before giving it, and we don't take shortcuts. The second myth is that contrast will damage your kidneys. Not if your kidneys are healthy. And if they are not, we've got alternatives. We are not reckless, and we are very thoughtful about the outcome of events. So would make sure that you are safe. The third myth is that if I've had a reaction before, I can't ever take a contrast again. And that is wrong again. We can switch the contrast. We can also pre-treat you with medications, or we can even do the scan without the contrast, depending on what is needed. So we've got options. You have got options, and we've got your back. We've got experience also. So next time someone in a scan room says, "We are giving you contrast today," you can nod confidently and say, "Cool, I know what that is, and let's go." It's not reactive, it's not poison, it's not out to destroy your kidney, and it's just a tool, a really powerful one that helps us get answers fast, safe, and clear. In the next episode, we are going even deeper. We are answering the big question: do X-rays and CT scans cause cancer? We'll break down what radiation really is, how much we are exposed to in daily life, and whether your scan is something to stress about. So be sure to like, follow, and please subscribe and share this episode with anyone who's ever looked nervous about a scan. Thanks for listening, and remember, you've got nothing to fear and everything to gain from good information. Have a good day. I'm Dr. Anthony Dapala.